Where's Christy?
Where did she go? Oh.
Christy. Okay. The time is 2:33. It is July 20th, 2025. This is the Libertarian Party of Indiana State Central Committee meeting, and I call the meeting to order. Even though I see the secretary in the gallery, I don't believe she's able to call the roll or take minutes. So I will call the roll. The chair is here. Vice Chair Siniak,
Present.
Ronnie Dixon, treasurer. Not here. Danny, can you contact Ronnie and ask him where he is?
He's on vacation.
No.
He said I'm gonna meet him. Yeah.
I didn't see an email.
Oh, you didn't get the treasurer's report?
I did. Secretary Dosbach is technically here. District 1, Mr. Schick. Mr. Schick, are you actually there? Okay, he verbally said yes, or not verbally, but typed out yes. Tim Cotton is not here from District 2. Miss Avery, District 3. District 4, Mr. Lundy.
Present.
District 5, Ms. Schillings.
Here.
District 6, Mr. Lomax.
Here.
District 7, Ms. Glass. Not here. District 8, Mr. Haynes. Also not here. He said he was going to be here though. Ms. Curran, District 9.
I'm here.
Mr. Smith, Communications Director.
Here.
Mr. Schulteis, Tech Director. Not here. Ms. Coquillar, Outreach Director.
Here.
Okay. Adoption of the agenda. Everybody got the agenda? Any amendments to the agenda? Hearing no, is there any objection to the agenda as presented? Hearing none, the agenda is adopted. Mr. Lomax, timekeeper.
Sure.
Officer reports, starting with the chair. Lots going on, still working with National to get our numbers correct for our membership. It's actually significantly lower than it should be. I do have a donor who is willing to sponsor the $60 triple members for people who have never been a triple member or have not been a triple member for at least 6 months. So lapsed for at least 6 months, who would like to be but can't afford it. They have to send me an email saying that they're okay being sponsored for the triple membership and that they sign the pledge. I'm going to talk more about it later, but exactly a week ago today, I was elected Secretary of the National Party, which was a surprise.
Congratulations.
We've had quite a few people reach out about running for office in 2026. They've all basically been congressional, with the exception of one person that I forwarded on to Mr. Newmeyer that wanted to run local in Fort Wayne.
Awesome. I haven't heard about that.
Not a member, and then specifically said to me that they didn't intend on joining any parties.
Well,
And I said, well, it is
Too bad for
technically a requirement, so good luck, but here's the county chair, you can talk to him. So just right now, for the next couple of weeks, I'm just kind of treading water, trying to keep, from drowning. I will have a working prototype of the chair's project before the end of the month. And you guys will get to see it and get to test it out, and it will be very, very cool, and you guys will love it. Other than that, I will pass to our Vice Chair, Mr. Sinia.
Congrats, Chair, on becoming the secretary. That's first thing. I want to say congratulations. I've been writing a couple of articles, so we're gonna get them out this week. Well, get one out this week and then have the next one ready for members. Trying to pick topics that are more will reach a broader audience. So that's part of the challenge of writing these is you don't want it too narrow. And then I had someone contact me about wanting to be more involved in Fort Wayne, so that was awesome. I connected them with Christy and Adam. And it sounds like she has a lot of good skill sets, so I'm excited to see where that goes. Otherwise, I'll concede my time.
Treasurer is not here today. Are there any questions for the I guess I didn't ask if there were any questions for me. So are there any questions for the chair or the vice chair? Okay, and let the record reflect that Mr. Hirsch, our Region 3 North Alt, has just joined chat via Zoom. The treasurer's report, you guys got the treasurer's report. Clearly, I did not read the email that was attached to the report. I did read the report though. Secretary is not really, she will relinquish my time and ask her members to remove my emailed report, which I did actually read your report. The major salient details of her report were she's still waiting for me to correct the convention minutes. And she's going to be working to get more of the minutes uploaded to the website. And then the June minutes from last month were sent out. So the next item would be approval of the June 2025 SCC meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the
Moved by
2025.
Mr. Lomax.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Curran. Is there any objection to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Any questions for the secretary that maybe she could type out in the comments? Hearing none, we will move on to the LNC update. Mr. Hirsch, you have the floor for 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, well, there's been quite a bit of shakeup here recently on the LNC. A couple weeks ago, our secretary, Karen Ann Harlow, suddenly resigned. And so in the aftermath of that, we had an emergency meeting last Sunday, a week ago, her replacement, and then some weird things happened. And now Evan McMahon is now the new LNC secretary, which was kind of a surprise to a lot of people. But that's great, though. And so then after that, Kathy Enniscavich resigned from the at-large, and then Adrian Malagon, who wanted the full-term secretary, he was defeated. He resigned from the LNC. So we have two at-large positions open, which will be filled at a special meeting on August 3rd. On that Sunday, we'll have a regular meeting on August 10th. And so nominations have been accepted for those two spots. Several names have been floated about. And we're going to fill those two positions during that special meeting. That's really the main update. We're having our next special meeting on Zoom on August 3rd, and then our regular meeting will be on August 10th on that Sunday night. And that's where things stand at the moment. That's the main LLC updates. And a lot of arguing back and forth on things and so on. And I think people need to really congratulate Evan on winning secretary. It was really unexpected, but he'll be a fine asset to the LNC, big time.
Mr. Lomax, you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to know who nominated you.
Austin Martin from Hawaii,
Austin Martin from Hawaii. Okay.
which was,
Yes.
That was a surprise, right? Yeah.
I was literally working on a book on this window and had the meeting open on this window. And then he like said nice things, and then he said, so I nominate Evan McMahon, and I was like, wait, what the hell? Did I just say my name?
What?
I talked to Austin at the national convention. That's actually kind of cool. Like, we didn't have a very deep conversation, but
Well,
They were-
basically, all the Mises Caucus people were wanting to remove Adrian and wanted to investigate work to try to remove Adrian from the LNC anyway. So they all voted for Evan just for the sole purpose of getting rid of Adrian, not realizing that Evan is not an MC member himself.
Oh, they knew. There was no doubt, that they knew that I'm not an, MC member. Miss Avery.
I was just wondering how soon convention packages and such would be available for purchase. I thought I heard Pat Ford say they were coming soon, but
So the hotel block is available now on the convention website. They are, so I'm on that committee ex officio. And we had a budget for a convention finance meeting Thursday. And to go over the actual costs and trying to develop a formula for the pricing. I believe the intent is to have pricing done Tuesday of next week, which would make it live a few days shortly after that, but we still have some variables to work out with the pricing for the packages. But the hotel rooms are available online now.
what hotel is that?
The
There's
amazing,
two hotels.
Okay.
There's the Amway and then, well, technically there's three hotels because the one building has two sides to it.
Right,
The west
that's
side, the
all-
old side,
yeah.
and then there's another hotel across the street. So there's three different hotels.
Okay.
Do take notice to this though. If you plan to get one of the upgraded suites, I'm just letting you guys know, if you plan on getting one of the updated suites, you have to book your room at the Amway, and then it will be upgraded to one of the suites by the LNC, but it has to be booked in the Amway hotel. So if you book in a different hotel, you can't get it upgraded.
Okay.
Just FYI.
let me also say on that, yes, there are three different hotels attached to the convention center. The Amway's the main one. There's also a few other hotels that are like right across the street or within a short walking distance. So there's plenty of options on hotels. For example, that there's a Holiday Inn that's not attached to it that's across the street if you prefer that, and so on. There's a lot of several options within walking distance of the convention center of the Amway hotel. Of course, the Amway is connected to the convention center as well as a few other hotels.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Hirsch. I'll mention this again later in new business for the national convention, but just so that it is at the top of the meeting as well. The national convention will be 4 days of business. So it is expected for our delegates to get there Thursday and not to leave until late Monday night or Tuesday morning.
Yes, indeed. That was a great idea put forth by Pat Ford, because it used to be that up through 2002, the off-year conventions were just as long as the presidential conventions. Starting in 2006, that particular LNC voted to shorten the off-year conventions by 1 day, which I thought was a huge mistake. I let Mark Rutherford, who's on the LNC at that time, know that there was an idiotic move. So I think it's a great idea to make it, because the extend it back like it used to be, because it seems like we never get everything done. We always run out of time and never get through the platform, never get through the bylaws, and we don't get through everything. This will give us a chance to actually get through our business.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Mr. Hirsch.
Okay, thank you.
District 1, Mr. Schick. Can't hear you. You're unmuted, but
Now?
there you go.
All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties today. And actually, District 1, not a lot to report. Status quo in Porter, LaPorte, and Lake counties. We do have our service Saturday coming up in August, and we'll be doing some roadside cleanup for our service Saturday. That's really all I have. Any questions?
Any questions for Mr. Schick?
Mr. Schick, if you could get us the information about the roadside cleanup as soon as possible, we might be able to join you from District 2.
Okay. Yep, I'll send you and Tim a message.
Thank you, Mr. Schick. District 2, Mr. Cotton's not here, but he did send an updated report to everybody. District 3, Miss Avery.
Also, not a lot to report. We're putting all of our effort into the Pride Festival that's coming up next Saturday, or this Saturday, whatever you want to say. In Allen County, where we'll have Chase Oliver, and I hope to see some of you there. And we did print up some postcards that Elizabeth made up for me, so let's take a look at those. And this brochure that originally had been from National, that's now Brandon for LPI, and I printed out some of those too. They came out very beautifully. So I'm really looking forward to it. I still have a lot of work to do. Whitley County has had someone reach out to them about possibly running for office in 2026, but they're still considering it. Kind of like the other person you were talking about, but maybe more a little different.
I think Whitley County contacted me about that because it's an interesting situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect way to put that. All right, I think that's it.
Anything else for Miss Avery? Nope. Okay, District 4, Mr. Lundy.
Not a lot of change here either. We're down 2 triple members and 1 1994 member, which I think our 1994 donation down $10 a month, so looking into that. And then we did have one guy contact me out of the blue about possibly running for Congress in District 4. Believe he's from Hendricks County, so continuing dialogue with him, we'll see how that goes. That's it. That's all I got.
Any questions for Mr. Lundy? Okay, hearing none. District 5, Ms. Shellings.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hamilton County had Carmel Fest over the 4th of July weekend. We had 75 to 100 respondents for the world's most political quiz. We got 1 new member from that effort and 7 new contacts. We do continue to have regular meetings on the 3rd Wednesday of each month at Beer Brewing in Noblesville, followed by live trivia. And often guests from other districts, from that district attend. We will have a booth at the Cicero Street Festival, August 23rd, 4 to 9 p.m. If anybody would like to come volunteer to learn more about table events or to support candidates, please let me know. We're happy to have you there. Our Vice Chair, Adam Jennings, and his wife Tabitha did move recently to Madison County, still in my District 5, but I'll be losing 2 members to Madison. Introductions were made to their party chair, Mark West Higgins. Madison County is having a meeting this evening at 5 p.m. at Arch Pizzas at Broadway and Anderson, if anybody would like to go. That is all I have at this time.
Okay, any questions for Ms. Shellings? Hearing none. District 6, Mr. Mullins.
So I submitted an email report that's got all of the specifics in it. We are currently driving to raise another $250 so we can get a second booth space at the Riley Days Festival in early October. That money's due by the 2nd Monday in August, so we're coming down to crunch time. If you need a payment link or if you'd like to donate 10, 20 bucks, let me know. Okay. That's it. I'll forfeit the rest of my time.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Mullins? Hearing none. District 7, Ms. Glass is not here. District 8, Mr. Haynes is not here. District 9, Ms. Curran.
I didn't do a report because it would have been a waste even of virtually. There's really nothing going on out of the ordinary right now. The active counties are active and the inactive ones are not doing anything. Russell, when I asked the officers if they had anything to relay, Russell wanted me to relay that he's working on an effort. What is a libertarian campaign with website and that kind of thing, and is seeking anyone who wants to help him with that. It's really it. There's just not a lot going on. Key ways, other than that.
Tell Russell to contact me
Okay.
because I can help him out with that. I still have my Good Party membership and I've got the in-video AI thing to make the AI videos for the websites and that kind of stuff. Like I did my whole campaign by myself, so I can help him out.
Okay. Well, he's got to use one of those send people to like the state, different state websites and really focused on getting people to, increase membership.
Yep.
Communications, Mr. Smith.
Let me unmute myself here for a second. So over the past month, we have been very consistent on social media posts, and our reach has continued to be very good, especially on Facebook. Our most widely reached post by far was a post saying, "Don't blame us. We voted for Chase Oliver," as well as one congratulating Evan on being named LNC secretary. As well, in early July, we sent out an op-ed about data centers and how the IEDC is spending over $900,000 per job that is planning to be created in taxpayer incentives for data centers. It was immediately picked up by the Indianapolis Star, as well as a couple of other local publications, and also a national website, Real Clear Investigations, used that as the basis for their government waste of the day post last Monday. So we've gotten a little bit of traction with the IEDC op-ed, and then also our social media reach continues to be very, very good.
I will say that I just went to a family get together with family members that I haven't seen in over 10 years, and they were all telling me about how they're impressed by the articles in the Indy Star and my time on WIBC. As well as we've received 3 different voicemails within the past month from people calling, praising the op-eds in the Indy Star, and a slew of different emails from people, including people from other state parties stating they wish their state party was more like Indiana, to which I send them a UPS mail forwarding and a Zillow link so that they can find a home in Indiana. Any questions for our comms director? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Schulteis, our tech director, is not here. Our outreach director, Ms. Coquillard, are you still here? Yes, you are. Okay.
Yep. I don't have too much to report. I have been continuing to work on the educational program. I've also, like Christy said earlier, I created some outreach material for Allen County's for Fort Wayne Pride next weekend, and we'll be attending to help booth that event. And so that's about it. I also submitted that role definition. So, any questions?
Any questions from Ms. Coquillard? Nope, hearing none. Okay, we will move on to convention. This is the point where Ms. Avery and potentially Ms. Schillings, you did something.
I just totaled up some figures, that was all.
Ms. Avery would like to present the options for full votes.
Not really, I sent them to everybody and I hope that everybody took the time to read them. Although it sounds like some people may not have done that or may have had trouble with doing that.
It's a dumb system, and where it's a PDF, because it really does look like it's just a brochure about like, hey, these are venues around here. Most of those aren't clickable when you get those from places, so it was really weird that that was embedded in that PDF like that.
The color was different. It
Didn't
looked
it?
like the link that you had put.
It was dumb.
Maybe I'm
I
just
hate it.
dumb and it was aimed towards me now.
I mean,
Um,
that information I needed. I did send an email, if you don't mind, if I asked that question officially of the whole
you
board.
did, but your numbers were wrong. It's not $36 per hour per person,
Well, if you do 3 hours, it's $36 per person.
not per attendee.
That's what
The RFP said per guest. It's $25 for 2 hours
There are
and
some
11
options.
for additional.
There are some options that are per guest.
Right.
Oh, because that's an open.
That's
bar.
open bar, yes.
We will
Oh.
never,
Right.
ever in the history of the party do an open bar.
Again,
Yes,
just
yes,
Friday event.
yeah. It's never gonna happen again.
Well, we had all of our presidential candidates there. We had an open bar.
we didn't pay for that though.
Right.
But so how many guests are we preparing for? Is it gonna be in the 250 range or?
I'd say we're probably going to be 150 to 200.
Okay, and that's a big increase over what we had
But
this year?
that's just for the business meeting.
Okay,
We'll still probably only have about 80 for the dinner.
Yep.
60 to 70 for the breakfast.
yep,
The training sessions will probably be about between 125 and 150. It'll be the business meeting, that'll be 150 to 200.
okay. And then, Yeah, so I was just. Don't have any of the numbers from last year. I didn't dig for those, so like, how does it compare what we were paying per head for CRG
Our
versus?
total for last year was a number.
Hold on.
I can bring it up.
Where's the treasurer when you need him? Oh, he's in like Brazil, isn't he?
Let me look here.
Would have been in the financial reports, right?
These aren't final numbers, these were final quotes.
The total cost was that, and this is everything. This is the awards, this is Friday night, this is speakers, everything was 16,985. The total cost for the venue, just the CRG, was, let's say, about $1,200, $12,000.
But that included the food,
That
right?
included.
That
the food.
included the food because it was from the venue.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, venue wise, like just the space, they both seem pretty comparable.
Yeah,
But what's gonna get us is where, how much is the food, because the food is always what gets
Did
us.
that also?
And how much is the alcohol, because that's,
no,
and all the little extras, right?
Right.
the 12,000, no. The
And then,
16,900, the 17,000 included everything, including Friday night.
That was offsite and everything.
did we have to pay for Avon Police or Plainfield
No.
Police?
We didn't have to pay for any security, and one of the options does not include
Yeah, I'm.
security.
The-
Right, but it says in her email to you that if we have alcohol there, whether it's open bar or a cash bar, you have to pay for at least 3 hours.
For one of the venues.
Oh, just for one of the
Just
venues,
one of the
okay,
venues.
so,
Right.
because I thought there was the same lady and it was the same rules at both venues.
The visitor center is coordinating
Okay,
communication between the different venues.
okay,
There were multiple more venues than just the two that
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
Picked out, but.
Some of them were just automatic, like no
Mhm.
go. Didn't have dates available or, nothing, Ms. Showings.
I was gonna ask about those dates. Are they in time for our planned national convention?
Yes.
If we have it at the end of March?
That is not, so we are under the normal timeline for the national convention. It will become an issue in 28.
Okay.
But for this one, it is still going to be Memorial Day weekend, and we only have to submit 30 days before the convention, so we'll be.
But are we planning to have our convention at the beginning of March or at the end of March?
It's.
And I think some of their dates said April, so I was really
Yeah.
confused on whether or not we were gonna wait.
And the 20th weekend, so we've got second or third weekend.
Okay.
Do you have the dates available?
I think it was the 20th to the 23rd.
Yeah, there were
Okay.
two at the courtyard and I think two at. the-
And is that what corresponded with their sports bill problem, or,
The one at the end of March.
okay? So the 13th and 20th is not a sports ball problem, only the end of March. Or is the 20th what we're calling it?
Where was the
March
grant?
21st and 22nd at the convention center. Or March 4th.
Cause it was the day that none of the
At
hotels
the courtyard.
had dates. If none of the hotels have dates.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I was
this-
making sure, because that was in an email. And I
Yeah,
didn't
because-
want it to be like, oh, well, yeah, that date's available for the convention, but we won't have any hotel rooms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she said she could find us like
Right.
15 or 20 hotel rooms, but it might be piecemeal around somewhere. I think that's the 321, so that might put the Grand Wayne out of convention if you don't wanna have it at the end of April. I just went by the dates that I cobbled up from the RFP that I created out of the RFP from the year before, since Evan never got me an RFP, so
It's still valid, I think.
I did finally send one out.
I never got one.
Let's
It was
say,
like, it was like 2 weeks ago.
I sent
No.
you one,
it was in June.
Oh,
I sent you one.
Okay.
Typically, if it was, the numbers and stuff were good, the dates.
I did put a link to my rough figure estimates, and I did correct the catering. Thank you, Christy, for catching that into the Facebook chat, so we can have that link if you'd like to see it. If not,
Let's look at that.
So I guess, do we wanna look at dates first, that we wanna have it to see?
Well, yes, but yes. Hold on.
and this is just my rough. computations of what I estimated the food plan to be based on previous years.
Right, and that's always hard to. Nail
Yes,
down
they have to
because
be-
it's,
I was looking at one and I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I was looking at one of the catering menus and it actually seemed really in line, did not seem out of the ordinary. Was like the dinner, including drinks, non-alcoholic, was going to be like $43.
right, like 35 to 45 bucks, depending on which
Yeah.
option you chose, right?
Breakfast was in reason, it was like 23 per person. The all-day beverage service was on consumption for any of those things that weren't coffee.
Yes, that's what I don't understand, why they can't just give us a quote for fucking water, just
Yeah,
water.
I think the water is included. And I think the tea is as well, if we get the coffee.
Well,
But we don't do anything else on consumption, because we're not gonna have bottles of milk or sodas for all-day beverage. But the cost per gallon for the coffee was like
76, 66.
$79 a gallon for coffee, three
That was at
gallons for
Courtyard.
55.
And that,
Yeah,
well,
that's
that's actually
what
the
it is.
standard, that's standard, because it's
Yeah.
not just the coffee, it's
Right.
it's the cups,
It's
it's
different service.
it's the whole thing.
Everything.
And it includes the water and the water and tea. So it's everything, so. That's why I know the first time I saw it on a quote, I was like, for a gallon of coffee,
Right.
you've lost your damn mind. I
Yeah.
will brew it for, $15. But no, it includes everything, it's all the
Cups and
disposables
condoms
and
and all that stuff.
yeah.
Are there any other? Random, because I saw they had like 4 pages of a la carte stuff,
Mhm.
like, because it's always those little things there that make the difference, and otherwise, they're mostly comparable. But like, are we gonna get hit with $500 for AV that we're not expecting,
I did
or,
not include any of the ABs.
right, that's what I mean, like, that's what I'm looking for, is there gonna be something weird? I will say Fort Wayne has one advantage for future reference. Is they clearly are way more scalable than CRG, like if we get to a place where we need 300 people. CRG is not gonna be able to handle it, Fort Wayne clearly can, and they have multiple options, so whatever we think we're gonna have that year. Like, they have it covered. But,
I don't know any of the AV stuff, so Evan, I will trust you with,
right,
because I know the courtyard said they didn't have really any AV, it was just.
Right, they don't, there's nothing, so it's whatever we bring in, they have some speakers, but they're not built-in speakers. So it's like a PA system, so,
okay,
and we have our own projector, we have our own screen.
We have competent individuals that can run it if needed.
Yeah,
If they're around.
I would be there.
I thought you said.
I thought you said.
Anyway, I've selected the 2 that had dates and all on-site catering. Others didn't have on-site venue places according to the bid book.
Mhm.
So the convention center and courtyard venue is what I linked in this little document according to the,
But the convention center goes with the Hilton,
I already fixed it.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And the
So-
courtyard goes with. the-
I already fixed it.
Yeah,
So the Grand Wayne Convention Center is lower by like $2,000. Not including any AV or extraneous costs. That includes the Hilton catering. Using basic pricing of like, we're gonna have, particularly this one was a Summit City dinner buffet rather than a plated meal, we might be able to find a savings there. But it was like meat selection, a side, a salad that kind of went with that, that wasn't just a burger. And wasn't anything like fancy like steak.
Now, and we can do the Grand Wayne Convention Center, my understanding is by itself, we don't have to go through Hilton.
If you
or
want
Courtyard.
food, you have to go through
Yeah.
Hilton.
Okay,
The Hilton does the catering for Grand.
And as I understand, if I remember right, they're attached,
Right.
like the
yes,
Hilton is attached to the convention center.
Yes. So if you come out for Fort Wayne Pride, you can sneak down there and walk around and look at whatever's. open
okay,
that day.
so explain what I'm looking at here, guy.
The top were the selections of what we could pick from. And I said the courtyard and the convention center were the ones that I looked at, the Grand Wayne Convention Center specifically. So down below that, there's a green section for Grand Wayne Convention Center. And that has like the dates,
I'm not seeing
venue
the
cost.
section.
this first one. It's green on mine, it looks darker.
Okay, well, it's blue, mine.
we,
Okay, But I've kind of broken it out. Here's the convention center costs, which was $26.69. Catering cost on average was gonna be like 5,000 to 6,000 for a total of 7,300. And then the courtyard venue, which was still the same mid-March time frame, which I'd like to go earlier rather than later if possible, I think. I'm not on the committee, I'm just making my recommendations. So the courtyard venue cost was $3,000 for Saturday and Sunday. And then food costs for that would be dinner, 3,600. Drinks and alcohol, you can do open bar, if not, cash bar is available, there's a $150 fee. We do have to have on the first one, there's a minimum sales of $450. I think we could probably manage that. Historically, we've made it thousands a stretch, 500 is doable
Yeah.
for our bar minimum.
We've never had less than 500,
Right,
but we have struggled to hit 1,000, which is crazy.
right. The breakfast cost seemed a little bit more than what I would like, but it's $32 a person, and we're expecting 70 people.
That's a bit high.
Well, and I picked the package that was most like what we would normally order for food. There's a lesser one for in the 20s.
Yeah.
But this had like 2 different meats, not just one or the other, bacon or sausage. Not everybody likes sausage and or bacon, so
I like my sausage to be wrapped in bacon.
literally the deal breaker is whether we have bacon, I swear to God.
Yep.
So anywho, that's just my rough estimate of cost.
Up at the front, or up at the top one for the Grand Wayne Center venue, it says unable or unknown if table linen, chair rental, and staffing is included. Do we know that that's included in the courtyard quote?
I think that
I think it's included in both.
the table linens were included if you had black or white. If you wanted a color option, it was like 50 cents a place setting or something like that. A couple dollars for each linen if you wanted a different color. Staffing, if you want butler service to serve, if we have plated, it was like $50 per 100 people.
There's normal catering,
Right.
like it's not like they're just gonna walk in and like drop shit off and be like.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that like if we go with the less expensive package, that it's not gonna be like a huge drop
I would
off
say-
in the presentation and the actual service.
$500 in service fees, linen, staffing
Okay,
as a maximum for either location.
good.
According to my previous experience, but things change. And
So
drinks,
realistically, we're looking at the March 21st and 22nd for the Grand Wayne, or March 14th and 15th for the courtyard.
Historically, we ran into, our county's had, it's not a conflict when it's earlier in March, just because Terrace Garden is, right, the Saturday closest to March 10th. And so Greg and Preston usually attends that too, so I'm never at the convention when it conflicts with that date. And then it kind of tears a couple other people that are normally would want to be at both if possible. But
My
This is not
recommendation is the Grand Wayne convention for the March 21st and 22nd. And to set a convention budget to be massaged in those places of no more than 14,000. So it's $1,000 or $2,000 less than it was this year.
Yeah, and that's double the RFP though. I mean, are we gonna need that much? I mean,
One, we don't know that these costs are completely solid, booked in. It may be $1,000, $1,500 more. And we will have more expenses this year because it is a bigger, more important.
right, it's election year, yeah.
We're probably gonna wanna hire a photographer to come in. We're gonna wanna do, things like that. We're gonna,
are we gonna have special, this doesn't include speaking fees, if we have to host a prominent speaker, pay any of those things?
Yep.
because it's also not in Indianapolis.
Right.
So we're gonna have to provide transportation from the airport, hotel.
We should have golf come down.
That is
and
a-
speaker.
Another question to consider is we typically get at least some media, usually a Jewel and maybe 1 or 2 other people to stop by when we have it locally, or we're gonna have a problem getting that in Fort
No,
Myers?
he'll still come.
Okay.
a different, he just needs to know in advance.
To
I mean, he was
pay for
literally
that.
at Fort Wayne in 2019,
Just
so.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah, we'll be fine with that, as long as they know ahead of time. And there, and if we let them know that there's Scooby snacks available.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes, there will be a press basket.
Big selling.
So that is my recommendation, what I would
What's the
think,
convention committee's recommendation?
well, I'm just saying that that's my recommendation.
I got you.
Has the convention committee met?
No.
No.
Okay.
Are we meeting after this or not?
Well, we can, I'm okay with that, but originally we were gonna meet a couple weeks ago and that didn't happen.
I mean, I'm in favor of the 21st, 22nd. That's gonna be right around spring break for my kids, so that'll be really easy to get to, and I won't have to worry about, you know, logistics with the kids and not even be able to bring them up. But I think a lot of people will feel that way, so the people that do have to travel further from southern Indiana will have a better shot of getting up there if their kids don't have to be at school every day.
I mean, on the flip side, a lot of people go out of town.
Correct, but not people that are politically motivated and want to show up to the
I
convention.
mean,
I
if they have
think,
kids, they go to Disneyland, they're going to Disneyland.
yeah, well, that's true, yeah.
Land convention.
Right, I'd much rather go to the convention, but my kids would probably rather go to Disneyland.
I hate Florida, I'd rather go to Disneyland.
Quick question, are we abstaining from any Friday events at this time?
We'll have them, but that'll be for the convention committee to plan and put
Okay,
together.
so that would not be included in this $14,000 estimate?
Yes, it is a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would like to make a motion.
Go ahead, Michelle.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt our convention to be March 21st and 22nd of 2026. To be held at the Grand Wayne Convention Center. And our overall estimated fees not to be excess of $14,000.
You also want to authorize the chair.
Authorize the chair to execute the contracts.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second.
I'm gonna take Miss Curran because you're not here.
Hi.
This
Well, then I'll see you guys later.
Then we'll roll, this is a roll call vote, obviously. I'm gonna start at the bottom and work up. Ms. Kokolar,
Yes.
Mr. Schulteis is not here. Mr. Smith,
I will vote yes, although I will not be able to attend that weekend.
okay, Ms. Curran,
Aye.
Mr. Haynes is not here. Ms. Glass is not here. Mr. Lomax,
Yes.
Ms. Schillings,
Yes.
Mr. Lundy,
Yes.
Ms. Avery,
Yes.
Mr. Cotton.
Yes.
By the way, for the record, Mr. Cotton did show up. Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Madam Secretary is not there anymore. There's the treasurer, Mr. Siniak, vice chair.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. And I will also vote yes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. That passes. Okay, thank you guys. Miss Avery, if you can work to get me a contract from those places so I can execute that. I will also, for the convention committee, zero out a 2026 convention budget sheet like we had for 25 and 24. You guys can populate it for what you guys think. You can also look at the 2025 one to get an idea of.
It'd be helpful if we could look at whatever back ones you have.
Yeah,
Well, I think 2024 is gonna be a more accurate representation now because of the election year, because we've
No.
gotta have a big.
we raised a lot of money from the presidential in 24. So
22 would be better.
yeah.
22 would be better, yeah.
Which I
because that's
don't
when
have.
Jeff ran.
But. I have no idea. Lori, I think.
I'm there with you. No, Lori's not. She
She's
can't
not.
be.
That's right.
Okay, so that is, any other questions or comments about the convention? That was our big thing, was picking a venue and dates and setting a budget. Anything else? Mr. Siniak, do you have, recurring dates or times that you want to hold your, convention committee meetings?
I would like to do it hour before or after our normal monthly meetings.
I would not like that because I'm also on the convention committee and I have work that I have to do before and after meetings. So that would not work well for me.
Did we discuss a day that would work? Or maybe that was the social media team.
That was a social media.
John, did we ever pick anything? I don't think we did.
Mondays, I think, was the consensus, but I don't think anything.
Third Monday.
Mr.
Yes.
Smith, can you finalize?
It's
that
tomorrow at 7.
Tomorrow at 7? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that was we I think agreed on third Monday of the month a couple of weeks ago. So I sent out a notice on via Facebook Messenger to the social media team that we'll meet tomorrow at 7.
Okay, thank you.
That'll be a recurring meeting the third Monday of each month.
Okay, perfect. And you guys know you can set that up with, you don't have to use Zoom, you can use Google Meet, and you guys can access that and then put it on the calendar as well. Like share it with whoever you like, add it to the Google Calendar. Like Mr. Smith, if you add it to the Google Calendar, then you can invite everybody to that meeting.
And honestly, I think I created something in Zoom for tomorrow, but I can rescind that and do Google Meet because I'm a lot more comfortable with Google Meet than Zoom.
I think you should do that because it'd be better to have it within house.
Yeah.
Shows up on a community calendar so other members of the board can see when that
Yeah.
meeting is if they want to hop in just to see what's happening.
Yep.
Perfect.
So you did not have anything set, but can you get us something by, let's say, next Saturday? Okay, perfect. But you guys should be meeting twice a month.
Twice a month.
Yeah. There's nothing from bylaws as of right now. Branding committee. We need to pick times to meet. Let's do that right now.
I'm
We just
Thursdays
need
and
to meet
Sundays.
we just need to meet once a month. Sundays are no go.
Okay, Thursdays then, any Thursday of the month. You just let me know and I'll be there.
How about the first Thursday of the month? Does that work for you, Lori?
It can.
Okay.
What is that, gaming?
Branding.
It looked we have too many communities.
Okay, so it's first Thursday of the month.
7 p.m.
Yeah. we can do that.
7 p.m. is
7
great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yes.
Tom Social is doing third Monday of the month at 7 p.m. as well. Gaming, I'll get back to you on that. It's not a huge priority, but I want it to be because it's a moneymaker and I'd like for us to do something at the convention.
Because we definitely need to start making money.
Yeah.
D6, yes.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the proposed outreach director duties.
I just need 2 seconds. I'm away from my desk.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to peruse these? When she sent them out a couple weeks ago?
If anybody would like to take a look at what she created for Pride. There you go.
Actually,
Share some to feel aggressive. And the Pride.
Yeah. Like have one day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, if there Christy was the only one that give any feedback and I've corrected it, so that's good. If there's no questions about it or no changes, I'd make a motion to accept the role definition of outreach director for the Libertarian Party of Indiana.
Second.
Comment about it.
It's been moved and seconded, open for discussion, Mr. Lundy.
I just wanted to say thank you, Liz, for putting one together and taking that seriously, that we didn't actually have a job description, so you put one together to kind of define the role, and I just want you to know that I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Whoever is typing loudly, can stop. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, we will move to a roll call vote because it is something that will be added as a duty or requirement for a board member. We started at the bottom last time, so we'll start at the top. The vice chair will pass, or the chair will pass. Mr. Vice Chair?
Yes.
The secretary and treasurer are not here, so we'll skip them. District 1?
Yes.
Okay. District 2, Mr. Cotton?
Yes.
District 3, Miss Avery?
Yes.
District 4, Mr. Lundy?
Yes.
District 5, Ms. Schillings?
Yes.
District 6, Mr. Lomax?
Yes.
District 7 is not here. District 8 is not here. District 9, Ms. Curran? Communications, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Showplace is not here, and outreach, Ms. Kokolar.
Yes.
Okay, that passes and becomes the official outreach director duties and responsibilities.
Congrats.
Moving on to the next item, LNC secretary. I was elected last week, exactly a week ago. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of garbage too. But there's already been substantial changes in how things are done. You may have noticed that our chair moved to kill the motions to accept resignations. We'd had a conversation that it is not the thing in Roberts to do that. It is the only time you vote to accept resignations is when there are two objections. For the chair to automatically accept it, assumed as without objection. The two instances are when the person has unpaid member dues and when there is a pending disciplinary action. The pending disciplinary actions, because the board may not want them to resign, the board may want it on the record that they were removed with cause. Those are the only two objections. So we've had one instance where the person, it would automatically be assumed that there's an objection because there was a pending disciplinary. And so that would have to go to a vote to accept the resignation. The rest of them are automatic upon sending them. And he's taken that position. And so that's a thing moving forward. We're also, the current meeting system is the only regular meetings are the quarterly in-person meetings. And all of their pre-scheduled monthly meetings are classified as special meetings, which require different notice and different vote thresholds. I cannot for the life of me understand why it is a special meeting. It is scheduled, it is noticed, it has an agenda, it is not limited to certain issues. It's a regular meeting.
Is there a lower threshold for quorum in the
Yes.
special meetings?
No, higher.
Higher.
In special meetings, higher.
There's a higher threshold.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a good thing to keep in place then.
No. It's a regular meeting. That would be like us saying, anytime we meet not in person, it's a special meeting. Therefore, you can't add something to the agenda.
Okay.
They do those every month.
Yeah.
Like the first Sunday.
It's the
of
first
So the
Monday.
detriment outweighs the benefit.
When did they start doing this?
Calling it a special meeting, under Angela.
Weird.
Yeah.
Seems shady by itself.
So there have been some systemic changes that have been positive. There definitely is, even between the diametrically opposed factions, there's definitely been effort on both sides to work together, even though there's disagreement. to not be as hostile and crappy to each other. And I've definitely seen that kind of change.
Hopefully the
So-
professionalism will go through the roof a little bit too with you being in there, because yeah, problem child's gone. That's good.
Which problems,
Children.
Children, yeah.
Two of them. You can take up one and put it over.
left, but they're not as problematic.
National convention, I will be getting a suite, but it will be for extracurricular activities of my own. I can let the state party potentially use it, maybe.
Well, we're not paying for it.
No.
Okay, then
Around
do whatever the hell you want with it then.
I'm just saying, is I will also, being secretary, I will not be able to be in the suite most of the time.
Right.
I also will not be leading the delegation.
Right, you can't leave the delegation on the floor if you're
So I'll
on
be
the
up on
stage.
stage taking notes.
Okay.
The minutes.
So,
That'd be up to our illustrious vice chair.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
You're next
and,
to Ian.
running roughshod over the teller team,
Yep,
although last time she didn't really interact with us much at all.
really.
It was more Mike
That's
and his little assistants.
Point of information, who's automatic delegates to national?
There are none.
None.
We don't have automatic delegates to national.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a thing or not.
No, mm-mm.
Well,
We have automatic delegates to the state convention.
you will be an automatic delegate, will you not, as secretary?
We don't have any.
That's what I mean, like, would it not?
National delegates.
Aren't those super delegates?
Or do you count against our delegate allotment as
I
well?
count against the delegate allotment.
Okay.
If I'm a delegate, I mean, I'm gonna be there regardless.
Okay, so as secretary, does not guarantee that you're a delegate, I got it,
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
that's what I was asking, thank you.
Yeah, because actually,
Cause like our officers are automatic delegates, right?
I believe that our former chair was not an automatic delegate and was not selected by the Texas party to serve as a delegate. I think I know that
I
correct.
believe that, and she was bitter about it on stage when she mentioned it.
she was.
But we don't have in our bylaws, even though we probably should have in our bylaws, that there are automatic delegates to national. I can tell you that when we get 10% of the Secretary of State race, under state law, there do become automatic delegates. But something like, if any member of the LNC resides in the state, they should be a delegate automatically. The 4 officers should be automatic delegates if they're able to go.
Is that something the bylaws committee should look at?
Sure. I think it would be too late
To that, but for this,
for the 2026 convention,
Well,
because it
for the
would,
Indiana convention, yes, but not for the national convention in 2026. Is what
no,
we couldn't enact this for the 2026 national convention, but we could have an amendment ready for the 2026 LPIN.
that's correct.
Right. That's what I,
but what I'm saying is even if we adopt it in March of 2026 here in Indiana, at that same meeting, we'll be electing delegates.
Yeah,
The bylaws.
it couldn't take effect this year.
Right,
We all agree.
okay, but in
We're all-
2028.
Yeah, we're all on the same page with that.
If we pass it in 2026, it would be for 2028.
If it's a thing we're gonna do, we should do it in 2026.
Yeah,
So that
which
it's
also,
prepared
I
for
mean, which
2026.
also I don't think that would be hugely controversial, so I think that was something that if the bylaws committee wrote it out and submitted it to the board, that's not something that I would speak against, because I don't think the membership would. Plenty of people think that the officers are already automatic. So I don't think it would be controversial to make that bylaws changes for the SCC to do it.
I would still recommend to go to the body myself.
We talked about the timeline for the national convention. That is going to be super critical. We all know what happens at the beginning and the end when people start leaving.
Yep.
So that will be. Now, I will say that we did not have anybody in our 2024 delegation leave early. We had our delegation team the entire time.
Till 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, one, Which,
What happened?
We have, so we did have a couple people who did say ahead of time that they were going to have to leave. But we had the alts available, but we never were without.
Even Libby was there.
Yeah.
I think even Libby was there till 2:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
right?
I get so people seem so confused that we elected Angela and then Shay, I'm like, well, what happened at 2 in the afternoon? What happened at 2 in the morning?
Any questions about national?
not at this time.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Any announcements? Hearing no announcements, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Lomax, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Avery. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It doesn't matter.
We're all the same to you.
That's right. All those opposed? We are adjourned.
I was just wondering if I could-